All right, now lift up, feel, not bad. So keep working across. There you go. All right, starting to get it, but be careful. Yep, starting to create a little dimple there. So put it down.
I'll learn how to do this as a business. We have a frequent buyer program where you can earn yourself. Everybody creates their own reality. This is the reality. This here is the training center for the Venetian Plast. The goal is to have 100 stores by the end of 2027. Epoxy will change your life.
Okay guys, we're gonna go through the diamonds that we have. So to 6 grit, 16 grit, and 30 grit, just like the sandpaper, the same color, the same shape, same segments. The only thing that changes is the physical piece of diamond that is actually creating the groove. So the bar scrapes away the paint, the diamond creates the little groove. Okay, the little groove, nooks and crannies hold the pigment. And there's a reason to have different shapes. So one of the reasons is just kind of basic and simple. If I have this diamond and it's on the floor in this way, and I have an uneven floor with some cracks in it perhaps, or it's slightly uneven, these are very aggressive. They bang in and they could damage the concrete, or they can damage the machine, or they could break this, right? And it could fly off. So instead, if you have a round one, right? It's a little bit of eased edge. It'll go over, okay? So we have an option of changing the diamond shape for several reasons. I'll give you an example, a very simple example. I'm gonna use the example of a machine weighing 500 pounds, right? 500 pounds. So if I have this diamond under my machine and I put my finger here, how many pounds is on my finger? 250 pounds. So 250 and 250 would be 500 pounds, right? If I take and I use this diamond, this machine is the same, it's 500 pounds. But how many segments? 5. So how many pounds on one finger now? 100. So these help displace weight. That's another reason to have different segment diamonds. So we can mix and match diamonds for conditions on the floor. We make any model, any brand of a hand grinder, but one thing different than the one I showed you on Monday when we did the repairs, or Tuesday, is that they need to be variable speed. We want to run at a much lower speed. So that was 13,000 RPMs. This is going to be down between 600 and 3,000. We're going to run at a pretty low speed, probably somewhere under 1,000. Okay? Now, any maker, model, or brand is going to come with that metal guard, and first thing we do, we get rid of that, because OSHA says that if you grind, cut, or braid, we have to capture the dust. So we're gonna make sure that our grinders have a shroud on them. In this case, this is another brand separate from this. It's called Dust Buddy. And this is universal, fits on a variety of different hand grinders. And it comes with the shroud itself. It's gonna come with a hose. The hose is gonna attach here so we could connect to our vacuum. And the nice thing is, we're grinding, the dust is getting caught up here, and it's going out, taken away by our vacuum. Now, this works great in the middle, but when I have to get to the edge, this is in the way. So this actually comes off. And now I could go right up to the edge. So this is hand grinding. So think about when you are home and you cut your grass with the lawnmower. And then you put your lawnmower away, and what do? You get the weed whacker, and you do all the edges. And what do? You put that away, and you get what? A leaf blower. Same concept. We're gonna have a floor grinder, an edge grinder, and a vacuum, okay? Same thing you would normally do at home. So, and you'll notice that the PCD for the floor grinder, there's a PCD for the hand grinder. Then we have a variety of other diamond cup wheels. These are called cup wheels because of the shape. These are aggressive little teeth. So these small aggressive teeth remove material quickly and aggressively. So the smaller and less teeth, the more aggressive. As you add teeth, like this one, now I have 30 segments on this, 30 individual segments. It's a smoother finish. Still very, very aggressive, but it's a smoother finish. So we adjust, just like sandpaper, we can adjust the diamond grit, okay? So this is the diamond that I use to do what's represented here. So we'll go ahead, hook this up. You guys can give it a little shot. Nice and smooth. Put it down flat, little round circles, blend it together. Every once in a while, lift it up, feel. You want to keep everything nice and smooth, okay? Down on the ground, little round circles. Slow and steady, let the grinder do the work, okay? So, it's visual. Obviously, we're trying to see that everything looks nice. It's tactile, you feel it. Feel that it's nice and smooth. Don't just sit on this and then go, right? It does a lot of damage quickly, all right? So who wants to try? Come around that side. Okay, take it. So push the red switch forward and in. There you go. Flat and little round circles. Start to move on forward. You're going to remove all of that material. Come over here. Come back because you're really not, so far nothing, right? All right, now lift up, feel, not bad. So keep working across. There you go. Little slower, there you go. There you go. Better, right? Starting to get it, but be careful. Yep, starting to create a little dimple there. So put it down and try and go around in circles. Not bad. Okay. Good. So that was the repair gel. This was the second one we did. That was the Vaseline-like material. That was the cheapest one. That was 10 cents per square foot. Okay, now feel here. Starting to get a little crazy, right? Yeah. Okay, somebody else want to go? Okay, then you're next. So start it up in the air, push the red button, forward and in. Flat on the surface, flat. Start to come up here. Okay. Now, feel what's happening. Feel here. This way. Feel it? Right? So little round circles. Okay, lift, feel. All right, so you're starting to create like a little groove here because you keep going in the middle. So focus on this here. Now feel it. Woo! You're tearing it up.